Hi everyone, welcome back your go-to place for all things coding. In today's tutorial, we are going to dive into one of the fundamental building blocks of JavaScript, that is functions. Functions are an essential part of JavaScript. They allow us to encapsulate code into reusable blocks, making our code more modular, easier to read and maintain. Let's get started. First, let's open up our favorite code editor. I'm using Visual Studio Code, but you can use any editor you prefer. So currently here we are into the VS Code editor to get started with our today's topic, which is functions. First of all, we have to create one file name with the name of functions. So under the basic folder, I will create one file name as functions.js. So in this session, our today's agenda is what are functions, difference between their functions type, what was introduced in ES6 in 2015. So all these we are gonna see in today's agenda. Okay, so let's get started. So functions are of two types. One is function declaration and another one is function expression. So we will see one by one. First we will come to the function declaration. Okay, let me comment out this part. So what will be the syntax for function declaration? While defining any of the function declaration, at that time it should get started with the function keyword followed by type name. Now that type name should be as per your suggestions, but like programming language says must to be used camel case, so I'll be using here camel case, inside which there is followed by regular parenthesis, inside which you can pass the parameters. Like if you are passing the multiple parameters, that should be separated by comma, and if you are passing single one, then it should be like this. Then closing of that function with the curly braces, inside which you can write code to be executed. That means whatever the code you can write there. Now let me tell you, if you are trying to pass multiple parameters, you can write like this, separated by commas, like that. Okay, so this is the syntax of function declaration. Now let's see an example. So to get started with the example, first of all, we have to design its syntax. Function, the type name that you want to give, that is a my data. Then regular parenthesis, inside which I will pass couple of parameters. I will pass name with age also. Then to close that function body, I will use curly braces, inside which I will write my code. So whatever the code which I want to put it onto the console screen, that I will paste it here. So console.log, inside which I'll say one message, my name is, then comma and name. Here I have called the name parameter, which we have passed as a parameter. Okay, then again clg. Now here your message, my age is, and you can pass that parameter as well, the age parameter that we have passed. Okay, now let's see by running this program what exactly output we are getting. So just go to the terminal. Okay, coming to the terminal, go to the basic folder first. Okay, after coming to the basic folder, just type node functions dot JS. Now here we have got the empty output, but something we have got in the backend. But what exactly? No, we didn't receive anything because we are just trying to console log this name and age just inside the function. But if you want to print something on the console screen, for that you have to call this my data. So to call that, you have to call it outside of that function by typing my data and its value. Now values are what? Values are the arguments. Let me tell you, let me give the name first here, my way, and here I will give the 27. Now this my way is for the name and 27 is for the age, and these values are nothing but these are the arguments, and these arguments are corresponding to the parameters, because name is coming as a my way, age is coming as a 27. Let's take name is equals to my way, so name is getting corresponding to the JavaScript, which is parameter is corresponding to the arguments. Okay, so let's try to rerun this program by clearing the terminal. Type clear. Now the terminal is clear. So again put the same command node functions.js and hit enter. Now here we have got the output. My name is my way, my age is 27. Now let's hide this terminal. This is all about the function declaration. Now coming to the function expression. Function expression have couple of mysteries. So let's go one by one. We'll go with the regular function expression. So its syntax is like function. It also gets start with the function keyword, and this function got stored with one variable. So const my data new. You can give any of the type name. So I have given the type name my data new in a camel case. So this function with the regular parenthesis inside which you can pass your parameters. As I say, you can pass single parameters or multiple parameters. It's totally your choice, and it's totally your idea of what to do with that code. Okay, so I will pass some new parameters here. I will say roll number, just for the understanding purpose. Then inside which, for the closing of that body, you have to give the regular parenthesis. Now you can console log and try to print out that value. So here I'll say first message, my roll number is okay. Then I will give the roll number. Okay. Now to print out this value, as you know, what we have saw in the first example, that we have called my data after its declaration. So let me call that value, that type name my data new, and pass its value, which is the argument. So I will pass here 24. Okay. Now if we will try to print out this value, what output we'll get, let's see. So to run that program, node functions.js, again that same command you have to put and hit enter. Now here, okay, we are getting disturbed. So let me do one thing here. Let me comment out this console.log. Now we'll get the clear terminal. Now here we have got my roll number is 24. That means this way, like by declaration, by function expression, also it's working. Like we are putting everything inside one variable, and that same variable is getting printed, and we are getting the same output. Now let's try in another way. In agenda we saw what was introduced in the ES6. So let me tell you, during the introduction of ES6 have introduced one another function named as arrow function, which is a shorthand function for regular function expression. Okay, so let me comment out it here. ES6 have introduced shorthand function. Now this shorthand function is also called as arrow function. as a to make simple to the regular expression, regular function expression. Okay. So what will be its syntax? The syntax will be the same, not that much difference. Here, what you have to do, you have to write const variable and its type name. So let's say the data will be its type name. Now, what exactly we used to do in the regular function? We used to write function, the regular parenthesis inside which you can pass your parameters. Then to close that body, we use curly braces. So instead of writing all these, you can directly put the regular parenthesis, then shorthand arrow, which is an arrow function, and then close that body with the curly braces. So inside this regular parenthesis, you can pass your parameters. Now here, let's take new parameters f name, which is the first name, and I will say another l name. Okay. Now let's try to console log this value. So I will give the message. Now here you could see in the first example, to print two values we have used separate consoles, but you can print these two instead of writing these two separate consoles, you can get the output in a separate console as a console.log as well, because here also we have passed two parameters and here also we have passed two parameters. So to get the both of the output in a single console.log, to do that you have to do the string interpolation, which is by using backticks inside the console.log. So there, what exactly you will do here, just type your message, my first name is let's say dollar, then curly braces inside which you can pass your parameter f name. Okay, then and l name is, then again dollar, curly braces inside which you can pass l name. Okay, now to get printed this value, first of all you have to call this data, to call this data inside which you can pass your two values. So I will say Java, and last name I will say script. So here the f name becomes Java and l name become script, so it will come to be as a JavaScript. Okay, if I save it and try to run this code, what exactly output we will get, that we are gonna see. Let me clear the terminal first. Let me comment out this console.log as well. That will be good. Yeah, already we have. So here again write the same comment, node functions .js, and hit enter. Now here what exactly we have got, my first name is Java and l name is script, which is a JavaScript. So here you can see my first name is f name, the value we have passed to this parameter is a Java. So as I always say, the arguments are always corresponding to its parameters. Okay, let me write here arguments, which is values, corresponds to the parameter. Okay, now here it is getting printed. So this was the mystery in regular function expression. One is the regular expression, and ES6 have introduced some to make it some bit easier to understand regular function expression. So they have introduced arrow function. Okay, so this is how arrow function and regular expression works. Now what is the difference between function expression and function declaration? To talk it in a theoretical manner, function declaration, you can call its type name before its declaration, it will work. But when it comes to the function expression, if you're trying to call that type name before its declaration, it will not work. Let me show you in a practical way. So here you can see in this example, let me make some space here so that better understanding is important. Okay, now here you can see first we have declared the, this is nothing but it's a function declaration. Okay, it's a function declaration. Inside function declaration we have declared the function first, then we have called its type name. But here you can do in another way as well. You can declare the you can call the function name, you can call the type name first as well before declaration. Now here what I have done, I have called its type name before its declaration. Now let's see whether it will work or not. So to make it work, first of all we will uncomment this console.log and we'll comment out this part. Okay, so let's go to the terminal, clear out this. Now here you can see my name is MyWay and age is 27. That means function declaration is working. When we are trying to call the type name before its declaration, it's working. Now let's see whether the function expression that we saw in theoretical, is it working or not. So first of all I will comment this part. Now I will come here to the regular expression, I will uncomment this part. Now here you can see function expression. In here also we have done the same thing. First is got declare, then after that we have called that my data new. Now let's do the same thing that what we have done inside the function declaration. We try to call that type name before its declaration. We will do the same here and let's see what output we will get. Go to the terminal, clear out it and type node functions.js, and here we have got one reference error which is a cannot access my data name before initialization. So here you have got the clarification that our theoretical is getting true. That means if you are trying to call your type name before its declaration or initialization, it will not work. So to make it work, first of all you have, what exactly you have to do here, first of all you have to initialize that function. Now here the function got initialized. After initialization you can call this my data new here and pass its value. If you try to run, it will work. Let's see. Here the terminal, node functions.js, and here you have it, your output. That means it's working. Okay, so this is what the exact difference between function declaration and function expression. In function declaration you can call before or after its declaration, but in function expression always you have to call the type name only after its initialization or declaration. So this was the major difference between the function declaration and function expression, and these are its type, and this is what the mystery of function expression. So from this tutorial you have understand what exactly the functions are, and also we have passed our agenda, what exactly we have planned for today, like what are functions and what will be its type, its difference between, and what was introduced in ES6. So that's all for today. In next tutorial we will see couple of function methods, and also we will try to see JavaScript methods, like reduce method is there, then filter method is there, how exactly it works. We will try to cover up that as well.